shores and woodlands of the north, its history of copper mines and iron ore, the Great Lakes fishery. To the farmlands of the southern counties we'll look around, my friend, at all that waits the sportsman in the state of Michigan. And sometimes when the moon brings out the diamonds in the snow, and the stillness of the forest lies encased in Arctic cold, the wind might whisper through the trees, listen if you can, it tells you all the beauty in the state of Michigan.
Hi there, come on in. It is Thursday night, June 24th, 2004. We have a show with outdoor news and fishing conditions coming up, along with a feature from June 24th, 1993. It's a classic home video of a pike that was caught on a walleye. And from June 24th, 1982, Captain Ray Nichols fillets walleye faster than we've ever seen anybody do it, which inspired Fred to create a fish filleting contest 22 years ago. Fred has a Sportsman in the Law commentary on the governor's approval of a dove season for Michigan, and we have a lot more, so stay tuned. I'm Zachary Trost with news and information for the Practical Sportsman. By D.L. Kessler & Sons Construction, providing full-service contracting for residential and commercial developments all over Michigan, building a quality reputation since 1977. And by the financial support from viewers like you. Thank you. There are a couple of extremely interesting items in the June 11th edition of the Michigan Outdoor News. A study done at the University of Wyoming has shown that chronic wasting disease, which is incurable and always fatal in deer and elk, does not have to be passed from one live animal to another. The study confirmed the theory that CWD remains in the soil where carcasses of infected animals have rotted or where their feces have been deposited. The implication is that killing infected animals won't stop the spread of CWD. Professor Elizabeth Williams, who co-authored the report, said that if all the deer are removed, there may be residual infectivity. It may be difficult to get rid of CWD. Speaking of pests, correspondent Marty Kovarik reports that giant hogweed, it's a plant that causes severe rashes and blisters in humans who touch it, has been found near Ironwood in Gogebic County. It has also been identified in Ingham County. Giant hogweed was originally brought to America in 1917 as an ornamental plant and is now found in a half a dozen states. The botany student who found it in Gogebic County said there were dozens of plants on several properties. Hogweed grows 10 to 15 feet tall, the stem is 2 to 4 inches in diameter, the leaves can reach 5 feet in width, and has flowering heads that can be as large as 2.5 feet in diameter. It's the sap is what's toxic, and it's actually caused blindness to people in England and Europe. The Michigan Department of Agriculture says you shouldn't touch this plant with your bare hands, and please report it if you find any so it can be eradicated. You can find these and many other informative articles for sportsmen in the Michigan Outdoor News, which is available on the newsstand or by subscription.
From Jackson County, Maryann Newton has apparently 2 bucks this year.
Yes, this was with my bow, and this was with my gun.
Now, this is a 8-9 point with the bow?
Yes,
And what's the spread on it?
19.4.
Okay, and then we have with the gun, oh, this is cuter, don't you think?
Yes, I thought it was cuter too.
Yeah, it has kind of some personality there in the
wavy.
tines.
Yes.
Yeah. So this is a 8 point?
8-pointer also, yeah.
Okay, so which is your favorite?
Well, this one, of course.
Why?
I'm more proud of this one, I guess,
Why?
because I shot it with a bow.
Okay, what if you shot this one with the bow and this one with the gun
I would have been more proud of that one.
with the bow? So
Yeah.
that's more important.
Right.
So what's this antler thing all about?
Well, nothing really. It's just I enjoy bow hunting better, I guess. And I when my husband got me into it, I told him there's no way that I was going to be able to pull the bow back and ever shoot a deer. So,
You didn't hunt before your husband got you into hunting?
no, not really, no.
And how did he talk you into it? Why don't we go out this weekend and kill some things?
I'm not really sure. He just thought that I would be interested in it, and he took me down to the sporting goods store and had me fitted for a bow, and I practiced. And of course, this isn't my first one with a bow, though.
Well, I can tell. You talk like a pro. Now, do you dress these out yourself?
Well, I know how, but he doesn't let me because he says I'm too slow. So
Don't ever speed
that's
up.
the rest.
Yeah. Well, that's great. Well, Maryann,
Maryann, yes.
Maryann, that is Maryann Newton. That's a great story.
Thank you.
Great. Keep up the good work.
Thank you.
Take this rack,
Oh.
please. Okay. Oh man, that's getting heavy. Congratulations, Maryann Newton from Jackson County. All the way from Marquette, Michigan, Casey LaHillier came down here with the crappie that he got from Paquette Lake in Alger County. You got this in the spring, so you didn't have to fish through the ice for it.
No.
No, eh?
Yeah.
16 and a half inches long, 2 pounds, 4 ounces. That's just colossal. Did you catch it up in the shallows or out in the deep or what?
Right off my grandpa's dock.
Oh, were you fishing by yourself?
No, Dad was, just like right on the other dock.
And so you were on a separate dock and you hauled this in all by yourself, huh?
No, Dad just helped pull it up out of the water.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Now we got Papa Youper here. Come on, Papa Youper. He grabbed it by the mouth and lifted it.
Lifting them out. Yes, I did. I seen how big it was, and I didn't want to lose it. So he did everything, but I just lifted it out of the water.
Huh? You just lipped it like that.
Yes, sir.
They do have. Hold it. There's some teeth in there.
Yes, there is. Yeah. That's his first crappie he's ever caught. First
Wow.
and only.
And how old are you?
8 years old.
And you caught it when you were 7.
Yes.
Yes, indeed. What is this picture here, Casey?
This is, for the children's thing. I, got it at Big Bay. It, is a pike, and I got first place.
Well, good for you. That is great. Yeah, you got the trophy there in your hand and the whole works. Well, Papa, what's your name?
John.
John LaHillier. Sounds like a French name?
Yes, it is. Thank you.
Well, you don't have to thank me. I think it was your parents had more to do with it than I did, but they are very mannerly from the Upper Peninsula, and I think we should give them a big round of applause, eh? Way to go, Casey. Thank you. We're digitizing the old programs in our videotape library, and each week try to bring you a classic clip from these shows. And from the June 24th, 1982 program, I'm going to bring you a segment that, well, it was the one that gave me the idea for a fish filleting contest. Now, this show was taped in the studios of WKAR-TV in East Lansing, and you'll have no trouble believing that it was at least 22 years ago.
Maybe we ought to have something like that in our fish filleting and cleaning championships this summer. Of course, that idea came about last week when we were fishing for walleye down in Brest Bay. Caught our limit of walleye with Ray Nichols and his charter service. That's right down there off Monroe. And the fish, by the way, are still hitting like crazy down there. But when we got done and we're going to fillet these, I'm really proud of the way I fillet fish, because I do a meticulous job, and I was trying to explain to Ray that I'm going to really come up with a fine fillet here, and he was chuckling over there. I didn't know why he was chuckling, because look how intent I am. He had filleted both sides of a walleye before I had even almost got started on mine. I'm still cutting over the ribs. This man is the fastest fish filleter I have ever seen. Look at how he goes on that. He gets all that meat, too. He does. He does. He does a stupendous job in a very short amount of time. Well, I ended up just taking care of skinning the fillets. Ray said, let me fillet them and you skin them. I couldn't even keep up with him on that. And, of course, Jerry O'Brien, who they call Twiggy, he was filleting out the cheeks. You know, I've seen this and read about it. I haven't seen it done actually, but taking the cheeks off of fish.
Right.
What do you have to have, an extremely sharp, small
Small,
knife?
sharp knife. They make a special knife, but I do real well with this one here. But they have a cheek knife too.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, you just
This is the
make
same
cut
Uh-huh.
down under. Just missed the gill thing here,
Yeah.
mouth. Cut it over and then peel it with your thumb, and it'll leave the
so-
skin on there, and it's just a little.
Just a little bit of an oyster there.
Well, it depends what type of fish. Salmon's a lot bigger, but you can any type, and it's really a delicacy.
There's some real fish cleaning expertise right there at that table. Not necessarily me, but this is how our fish cleaning championships came about. The idea was spawned right here.
no rookie. I can.
What is this, Ray Nichols? You said
I've never,
nobody can beat you at filleting fish?
I've never met the man that can. I'm not saying I can't get beat because there's got to
Yeah?
be someone. I've just never seen him.
Well, I think that's a challenge. A Michigan Outdoors challenge that on this show, we are going to have the state of Michigan fish cleaning championships. Never been done. When do you want to do it?
I don't care, in the fall.
In the fall, okay.
When the salmon are, I can do a salmon, a 20-pound Chinook in 35 seconds, table ready.
Ooh. There's a challenge. 35 seconds.
Yeah.
Well, for the past 3 years, I've seen between Ray Nichols, John Sawicki, and Jerry Lee. It would be a good race. I got to believe, though, that Ray Nichols would take it. If I was a betting man, I would put my money on Ray.
Is he going to hold the title?
For walleyes, yes. For salmon, probably not.
Well, who's going to beat him?
I'll beat him with salmon.
You think so?
In salmon cleaning, I know I can. Walleye cleaning, he can clean 5 to my 1. There's no question about that. He's a pro at this here, walleye cleaning.
Ray?
Isn't that right, huh?
What do you think about that?
I know I can beat him cleaning salmon. We've cleaned on the same table. I had to wait for him to get done. I took a nap.
We'll see what happens, you know.
Well, you know, there's a lot of other fellas out there, too, that say they could probably whip the both of you. What do you say about that? Tag team?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll be a tag team.
Yeah. We'll take on anybody.
That's great. It's going to be terrific. But there we were at the table. For those of you who think you might want to participate in our fish cleaning championships, look at how Ray Nichols cleans this, cleans and fillets out this walleye. 10 seconds he took to get this one fillet off. He'll have the whole thing done in 27 seconds. So pay attention, see if you can beat him.
The actual fish filleting contest was with salmon, not walleye, and that show will be coming up later this year. But even though our clothes and our hairstyles have changed dramatically, the principles of filleting fish haven't changed at all over the years. Now, let's move up 11 years later to June 24th, 1993. You're going to see 2 clips about catching, well, northern pike, not quite this big, but one with a night crawler on a barbless hook with no wire leader. The second clip doesn't involve a hook at all.
We should be able to see him in just, there he is.
It's a pike.
What is it?
Northern.
Oh, it's a
Northern.
big northern.
Nice northern.
Nice one.
Now we might be able to get him right in here. There we go. Great.
There you go. This is exciting. Boy.
No leader? No leader, and on a crawler. Iridiarian crawler with no leader and a worm. Barbless hook. Oh. Well, that's a hefty one. Yeah. I may have to retie some line here when I think so. Done?
Yes.
Nice, healthy fish.
Sure is.
That's a good one.
That's a hefty one. Well, I have to put the measuring tape to this one.
Northern pike are fun to catch. They strike savagely, dive under the boat, they have a mouthful of sharp teeth, and they look mean. People find the savage attacks of northern pike exciting. Now this one measured 33 inches. It's not a trophy, but it's pretty close.
30, and I'll tell you what, this is a heavy-bodied pike.
Yeah.
That is a dandy.
Oh, that's a good
12 pounds, I'd say.
We caught a lot of fish at Gunaseo, mostly walleye, but the occasional pike spiced up the action. Now, speaking of the savage nature of pike, Donna Vane from Chelsea was videotaping her husband Mike as he reeled in a walleye, and there was a northern pike hanging on.
Oh, look at this! Look at this! Got the video on that?
Yes, I got the video.
What am I going to do now? Do I have both, or do I just have the walleye and the pike's too greedy to let go?
We can scoop them both, huh?
Out. I don't know if I got them both hooked or not.
Talk about greedy little.
I don't even believe this. Look at this.
Well, I've got video this time, babe.
He does not have the hook.
Want to scoop him?
He's just greedy. He won't let go. Look at that. Scoop him up.
Well, do you want me to video or scoop?
I'll scoop. He's just a greedy
God, yes. He's mid.
I don't believe I have him hooked. No, he's not hooked at all.
He's just greedy.
He just let go. I'm going to get him.
I love it.
There's the walleye loose. The pike is just flopping out of it.
This is great.
The original walleye was too small to keep, and even though it had been mauled by the pike, it had to go back. Thanks to Donna and Mike Vane, who took their home video camera on a recent trip to northern Ontario, we could see how Mike caught this pike without a hook.
At the end of this program, Zachary will show you some of the other features on these two classic June 24th programs.
As you head into your outdoor activities this weekend, keep in mind that while summer has just begun, the sunny days are already getting shorter and shorter. The summer solstice on June 21st was the longest day of the year. Each day our window of daylight is shorter by about a minute or so, which is a good reason to take a kid fishing or camping this weekend and get outdoors. It's a great place to be, and we'll see you right back here next week. Programs from June 24th. The one from 1982 includes a feature Fred used to do, the big fish of the week with the actual fish. The 1982 show also has a story on the Anderson Archery Clinic featuring an interview with the legendary Fred Bear.
Fred, when I got in the archery business, was in Detroit in 1933. Those were bad years. That was the beginning of the end of the worst depression ever. There were no jobs. And I got in the archery business because the place where I was working burned down and didn't have a job.
The cameras visited the Houghton Lake Deer Research Station to find out how the newborn fawns were coming along. And there was the prelude to the Fish Cleaning Championship that we previewed on this show. You also just saw that amazing home video of an angler catching a pike on a walleye. That's from the June 21st program in 1993 that also featured a recipe for steelhead tetrazzini. On the 1993 show, exactly 11 years ago, we demonstrated some different gadgets for cleaning fish, along with a fish cleaning table that you can build yourself.